Tottenham 1 Chelsea 4. Maboys wa Samiro wametoka na W pale London Derby. Hii game kusema ukweli wacha nianze na Tottenham first of all, Christian Romero was inevitable. Hii ni kitu tumekuwa tukijua, tumekuwa tukisema. Watu kama akina Nelson wanasema Romero is a top 10 defender in the Premier League. There are moments like this. Kuna tu vitu za ujinga yufanya. You could argue it wasn't a red card, but given his record, refs wanajua hizi ni vitu za ati ref hawajui. Alafu unajua yeye akifollow through ni sura yake ajuu kuficha. Hiyo pia ni kitu kingine. Sasa kingine unafaa kuficha unakaa hivyo unakanika hakuna kitu umefanya. Lakini Romero maze, anyway, they went down to 10 men. I think Tottenham did actually quite well playing with 10 men. The first goal, who scored the first goal? Kulusevski. Those set pieces coming from Pedro Porro maze, huo mse, hey, ni mzi. Then obviously the injuries happened. Losing Van de Ven is a big one. Tottenham losing Van de Ven, he's been very solid for them. He's very fast for someone mwenye nimso hivyo. He's actually quite fast, so kumlose itakuwa it's a big blow. Kiingereza imekuwa ngumu. Big blow to their season, but it looks like a bad one. Hiyo hamstring, unajua hamstring kuna zile zinaona unavuta unasema niko sawa, I'm limping. But for him kusaidiwa, that is at least 2 months off, right? Hiyo ni probably a grade 2 hamstring strain or something like that. Hopefully it's not a tear. Anyway, all the best to him. Alafu after hiyo, obviously Maddison akaumia pia. Postecoglou did well make hizo sub mbili just before half time because alikuwa sha make sub before, yeah. Alikuwa ameingisha nani? Anyway, alimake hiyo sub in the first half. So had he not made that sub, Eric Dyer in for Brennan Johnson. Had he not made that sub, he maybe would have just made one sub and then he goes and makes another sub at halftime. But because they walikuwa sha make your sub, if they make one more sub with just one player, it means you only have one more sub left, but you can bring in 3 players. So it gave him a bit of flexibility. Also, they didn't want to risk Maddison against 10 men, with 10 men against Chelsea. So yeah, did well there. Chelsea had 2 goals disallowed. This fixture yuko tu na kila kitu every time hasa anacheza, yeah. Going into this game hakuna msali expect Chelsea kushinda, but cheki, yeah. Then eventually Cole Palmer got a penalty, slotted the penalty. Wasa wa FPL uni msisa lazima high on our radar, lazima sasa tumconsider. Ilikuwa after ile penalty ya kwanza ilikuwa tulikuwa tunashaka kama atakuwa anaendelea kuzichukua, but sir, it confirmed this man is, and he allows you to do other things in midfield with other players, and he's starting every single game. Anyway, half time ndio imeingia, tunaingia second half. The first few minutes Chelsea hapa sasa pali Ange sasa he needed to be a bit more pragmatic. I get it, it's not in their DNA. He's coaching them to have an identity, which I am seeing. Wako na identity, press high, high line and press high, and how when you have fast center backs. Hata vile aliingisha when he made the sub, aliingisha Emerson Royal akamweka defense. So I think ali double down tu na hiyo story, tunaenda kupress high. But at some point ukishaona Mudrik anaanza kuingia, after Udogi amekula hiyo yake ya pili, now they're down to 9 men, you still can't press high. One thing I feel like you'd have done hata wakiona 10 men, even 9 men, is have 5 at the back, especially when there are 10 men, because 5 at the back means now you can put 4 in midfield, or 5-3 and then 1 Son now doing the running around, because hiyo ni kazi anafanya, and he still had a chance to bring in 2 more players, yeah. But that period of when, because that's how they got caught, hapo ndio pali hiyo space ilitokea on the left side of their defense, because Chelsea just played through them. Shout out to Chelsea, by the way. We've expected them to win games and not been winning. This one they've actually won against a good team, so we have to give a big shout out to Chelsea here. So anyway, the space was there on the left side of the Tottenham defense, and that's where I feel like if they went to the back 5, because Chelsea didn't have a plan. If this thing was, if they were to play, if the line was to drop a bit, Missioni Chelsea wangekuwa na plan. They've showed us they don't have a plan against a team that plays a low block. Kuna cheki, and that's just what you see. The thing about this league and sports in general, if one team sees something that works against you, every other team will try it and they will perfect it. Today, Tottenham have shown that they're going to stick to their identity regardless, playing that high line. And now you will see players running from deep in every single team. Akina Jensen or Brentford, akina those guys. Coaches are now sitting down and planning. Hii teams have to ATAACHA, because now they've seen, even with 9 men, they're going to stick to their plan. So, yeah, up on the pali, I feel like Ange today he's the one, he gave Chelsea that game, to be honest. Then eventually Raheem Sterling kept on running. My offsides zilikuwa kadhaa. I think they had 7 offsides. Na zote zilikuwa tu, it's like they were trying to figure out how do I match this run. And the thing is with Chelsea, hiyo ball ukipata ball mid alafu ile straight over the top haiko ina work. Ilikuwa zile diagonal ndo zilikuwa zina work. Ama fullback ndo anakama na ana make your run. Striker becomes the second person coming in, and that's what we saw with the goal. It was Reece James started fast, then Sterling is the one who broke. James's run created space for Sterling to go through. Jackson was already offside, but by the time Sterling got the ball and I cut back, Jackson was onside. Yeah, so people have realized that from now you'll start seeing a lot of deep runners from midfield, fullbacks making those runs, especially teams with wing backs. They've seen this is how you attack this Tottenham team, especially the next few weeks. Hawatakuwa na Romero, hawatakuwa na Van de Ven. They will have Dyer, who I think actually played quite well, to be honest. And they're going to have, yes, so this is the first time we're going to see Tottenham being tested, and then obviously Nicholas Jackson got a second and third goal in 90 plus, and Chelsea ended up winning the game 3-1. So 4-1. So all I can say is shout out to Nicholas Jackson, by the way. I may come through. When someone plays well, pia unakubali tu, like he has played well despite having a very shaky season. Yeah, and Darwin have just been, they've had their moments. When they've been bad, they've been bad. But when they've been bowling, they've been bowling. So yeah, anyway, big win for Chelsea. Looking forward, atuka tunapalizi wins nenda kutoka, unacheki. So for them to actually win this game, because the next game is Man City at home, then they have Newcastle away, then they have Brighton at home and United away. Those fixtures were really tough. We were not saying where any points were coming from, but let me tell you, in this league, when you get a chance to put someone to like put them to the sword, you do it. You get your 3 points and you go. Yeah, and that's what Chelsea did. So yeah, Chelsea 4, Tottenham 1.